Time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news for this Friday evening, December 5th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, and I your 5 o'clock news headlines here. Our top story at 5 o'clock here is in Charlottesville, Virginia, where Rolling Stone magazine acknowledged on Friday that it now has reservations about an article it published made startling and detailed allegations of a gang rape at the University of Virginia fraternity. NASA's space exploration ambitions gained a much-needed boost with Orion's almost flawless debut flight on Friday, an initial step in a quest to carry humans to Mars in 2030. Zhao Yong came before relinquishing power in 2012. He is accused of bribe-taking, leaking secrets, and helping his allies enrich themselves in a state expense. Not only did former Boston Red Sox lefty Andrew Miller complete his best season in his career just before he became an eligible free agency with the Baltimore Orioles, but he got started at a time when power arms are all the rage. But the major says Andrew Miller signs a 4-year deal with the New York Yankees. In Washington, don't look for President Barack Obama to get much political kudos for America's unmanned job creation engine. In New York, Eric Garner was overweight and in poor health. He was a nuisance to shop owners who complained about him selling untaxed cigarettes on the street. South Africans all races, ages, and political persuasions paused for 6 minutes and 7 seconds this morning to pay tribute to Nelson Mandela on the first anniversary of his death 1 year ago. London, support for ISIL is strong among Arab speakers in the West than those living at the heart of the zones of conflict, according to researchers who studied mental social media messages, online comments. President Obama expects Ashton Carter to be the Secretary of Defense. If confirmed, Carter will have the deal with the wars in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria while attending in Pentagon spending and facing the new threat of cyber warfare. A New York City grand jury will be impaneled to determine whether Ricky Cobb, who shot and killed an unarmed man at the Brooklyn stairwell, will face criminal charges. The Federal Reserve will probably intensify efforts to prepare investors for an interest rate increase next year, economists said after a report today showed higher in the U.S. Consumer borrowing was less than forecast in October as Americans tempered their credit card use ahead of a holiday shopping season. In Trenton, New Jersey, Super America settled upon a $118 million of state tax credits from New Jersey to move its headquarters about 4 miles. Within another $1.2 billion of finance and Uber's $40 billion valuation puts the neighborhood to such established success as FedEx. Steve Jobs warned a decade ago that he was mighty upset with a music studio's support for a digital music service that completed. When iTunes and a demand for a correction were cited to support a claim for Apple Incorporated. 3 years ago, entrepreneur Vladislav Martinov got a call from a friend of Russia to embark on a project to build a smartphone company. The top song categories for the 2015 Grammy Awards made room for a celebration of women's backside. Cheerleader kicks off the bullies and a heartfelt plea to love as Sam Smith is among top nominees. Alison Williams wasn't the only one tempting gravity in Thursday night, with its second live musical production on NBC was clearly trying to hold out as much as inaugural outings, gargantuan ratings all as possible. Bill Cosby's Walk of Fame star vandalized word rapist. Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas #1 on the list of the worst movies by the Internet Movie Database. Electric eels have long been known to deliver low voltage pulses as a form of natural sonar, but now researchers out of the Vanderbilt University have discovered the eels also discover and deliver high voltage shocks which they use to paralyze their prey from a distance. Nobel Prize medal fetches a record-breaking $4.76 million. Sierra Leone began a campaign on Friday to protect almost half of the population from malaria, reducing the burden of health services on people visiting clinics strongly featured the day of Ebola. And research out of McGill University out in Montreal has found that obesity can shorten your life expectancy up to 8 years. In addition, excess weight can cut the average lifespan of close to 2 decades of healthy years thanks to increased risk of development. Diabetes. Take a look at New England alerts here at 5:04. On Broadway and TD Bank, a report of a hold up here. Okay, let's take a look at the stock market reports here at 5:04. Dow Jones closed the week 79.58.79, up 58.69 points today. S&P 500 2075.37, up 3.45. And Nasdaq 478.76, up 11.32. European markets, DAX 10,087.12, up 235.77. FTSE 6742.84, up 63.47, and CAC 40 44.19. 48 up 95.59. Nikkei 79.20.45 up 33.24. Shanghai 29.30.78 up 39.32. And HSI 24,002.64 up 130.08. Oil market 6561 on New York down $1.21. Brent 68.78 down 94 cents. And natural gas 3.791 up 142,000 points. In the gold markets, 1192 and a half up 15.20. Silver 16.30 up down 275,000 points. And copper 2.906 down 85,000 points. In the bonds, 2 years 10-year yield 2.3065 up 49,000 points. German 10-year yield 0.782% down 2,000 points. And Germany's 10-year yield 0.435% up 8,000 points. And European US dollar 1.2285 down 92,000 points. US dollar Japanese yen 121.41 up 1.63. And Great Britain 1.5586 up 5,000 points. Alright, take a look at sports news here. Washington Nationals outfielder Jason Worth was sentenced to 10 days in jail with a 170 suspended after a judge found him guilty of reckless driving. New York Yankees land shuts up Didi Gregorius on a 3-term deal. The Dallas Cowboys was America's most coveted team last night as they defeat the Chicago Bears 41-28 last night in Chicago. Soldier Field. Pete Manjurian under fire for allegedly abusive behavior in his team's 21-game losing streak resigned Friday as a head coach of Columbia University's football program. Tonight, the Boston Celtics will be at the Garden tonight, taking on Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers here. Peter Chalanews on 506-10 for a little traffic report here. Southeast Expressway and a southbound side backed up from the pike down in the split. Tippinell Tunnel slow from South Station down for the pike. Tippinell Tunnel northbound side backed up from the pike up to the Zakin Bridge. 93 northbound backed up from Zakin Bridge all the way out to near Route 128 in Reading here. 128 southbound backed up from Route 1 and all the way out to the Braintree split. 95 on the southbound side, slow from 95, 128 in Canton all the way down through Route 27 in Sharon. 24, a little slow from Randolph all the way down around Avon here. And 128 southbound backed up from the split down through Randolph on Route 24. Route 128 southbound also around Highland Avenue. And Route 129 on the northbound side, it's backed up from Highland Avenue all the way out to Route 9 in Wellesley here. Route exit on 129 on the northbound side near Route 20 in Waltham. As 128 slow on both ends from Waltham all the way up into Fort 225 Lexington here. And it's slow from Lexington all the way out to Route 95 in Peabody. 120 on the southbound side backed up from 602 in Denver's down for Peabody due to the accident on 120 on the southbound side after you pass Route 114 in Denver's. And then Peabody stretch. 93 on the northbound side backed up from 133 in Andover all the way up to Route 110 in Lawrence. 95 on 5 from 120 to New Hampshire border. Route 3 northbound side slow from Route 6 in Bedford up into Tingsboro here. Route 93 on the northbound side of New Hampshire. Slow from the Massachusetts New Hampshire border down around Route 20 in Salem here. New Hampshire Turnpike 95 on 5 from Saybrook all the way down to Portsmouth. Spalding Turnpike slow from Portsmouth all the way down around Route 4 in Durham here. And Everett Turnpike will slow around 38 Merrimack here. 495 on the northbound side, backed up from 114 in Andover around 213 in Methuen due to an accident on 495 in Lawrence there near exit 4445. And 495, you hit the brakes again on the southbound side of 495 from Route 9 in Westboro all the way up to 135 in Hopkinton around Hopkinton on Route 135 here. 24 southbound slow from 495 Raynham all the way down for Route 140 in Taunton here. 95 southbound slow from 140 in Foxborough all the way down for 295 in Attleboro, North Attleboro here. Route 3 modifying from the split all the way down to Sagamore Bridge. 25 eastbound side slow as you approach to Route 628 in Buzzards Bay. 6 and 20 modifying around Cape Downs there. 195 eastbound side slow from 103 in Somerset all the way down for Barker Bridge in Fall River. So expect some delays here. Take a look at Providence Highways here. 95 southbound and around Rhode Island slow from 126 down for downtown Providence. 95 on the southbound side backed up from downtown Providence all the way down for West Greenwich. 95 northbound side backed up from Route 37 in Walkway down to downtown Providence. 295 southbound side slow from Route 6 in Johnson down for Route 14 in Creston. 146 southbound side a little slow around Route 99 in Cumberland. 295 is modified from Attleboro down for Warwick here. 146 slow southbound is pushed 95. 146 mile 5 from Woonsocket all the way up to Worcester here. And 298 on the westbound side. Backed up from Shrewsbury all the way down for downtown Worcester here. And Mass back on the westbound side. Slow from Grafton all the way out to Millbury. Route 1 slow from Route 16 in Revere down for Saugus here. And Mass Pike on the westbound side. It's backed up from the Pike from 93 all the way down to Alston Bretton Tolls. You hit the brakes again from Newton Corner all the way out to 495 out of Westboro. And you hit the brakes again on Mass Pike westbound. Exit around Grafton, so expect delays. Around the Grafton, Millbury stretches in the Mass Pike here. And Mass Pike on the westbound side. Slow around South Boston here. Peter Chill News time, 5:10. Time now for our weather report here. Our conditions here in North Massachusetts at 5 o'clock. 40 degrees at temperature with fair skies. The part cloud skies with humidity of 65%. Wind speed east about 5 miles per barometer, 3.57 inches. Throughput about 29 degrees and visibility of 10 miles. And the wind chill about 36 degrees. Okay, let's take a look at our condition rain region here. It's 40 degrees at temperature right here in Boston, 34 in Worcester, 37 in Sturbridge, 39 in Webster, 40 out in Milford, 35 in Fitchburg, 36 in Bedford, 37 in Beverly, 38 in Gloucester, 40 in Norwood, 42 in Taunton, 41 in Bedford, it's 41 in Falmouth, 42 in Chatham, 42 in Murfreesboro, 43 in Cape Cod Bay, and Nantucket, 39 in Plymouth and in Provincetown here. Downtown Providence has got 39 degrees at Providence and TX Green Airport. 45 in New York City, 47 in Islip, 46 in Montauk, 46 in Lansdowne, 45 in Bridgeport, 42 in New Haven, it's 36 in Denver and Waterbury, 38 in Meriden, 37 in Hartford and Windsor, 35 in Springfield, 34 in Amherst, 35 in Greenfield and Norfolk, 35 in Pittsfield, 34 in North Amherst, 32 in Albany, 30 in Glens Falls, New York, 34 in Rutland, Vermont, 35 in Bennington, 32 in Brentford, Vermont, 34 in Keene, Hampshire, 31 in Jefferson, Hampshire, 33 in Nashville, Hampshire, 29 in Manchester and Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 28 in Concord, Hampshire, 27 in Laconia, New Hampshire, and 31 up in Portland, Maine here. Current conditions rain region here, and now around the nation here. Cold front from Saskatchewan, stretching down for 7 minutes over down for Ontario, station front down for Quebec. A warm front from Oregon, stretching down for Central Idaho, down for Montana, and cold front down for Wyoming, down for Nebraska. Warm front down for Iowa. We got a cold front from North and Southern Mexico, down for Texas, and a station front from Oklahoma, stretching it down at Arkansas, down for Kentucky, Tennessee, down for Western Virginia here. And connected with a warm front from Oklahoma, stretching it in for Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, down at the sea with a station front up the Carolinas here. We got ridge of low pressure in the Yellowstone Valley of Montana and Idaho, low pressure in southeastern California, central Oklahoma and central Nebraska, and eastern parts of Montana. We got some high pressure in northeastern Montana, eastern Utah, up the Baja California coast, and Nova Scotia. 40 degrees outside of Detroit, per 43s in Pittsburgh and Washington, D.C., 60 out of Atlanta, 79 in Miami, Florida. It's 80 in Brownsville, 77 in Dallas, Texas, 43 in Kansas City, 42 in Omaha, Nebraska. It's 39 in Chicago, 32 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 28 in Great Falls, Montana, 51 in Seattle, 7 in San Francisco, Los Angeles, 60 in Las Vegas, 55 in Denver, Salt Lake City and Albuquerque, 71 in Phoenix, and 57 degrees out in Denver, Colorado. Here. Okay, take a look at the map situation. Our radar situation here, and it shows some snow showers around west central Massachusetts, around Quabbin, Westmore, Ware, and around southward with some rains mixing in. And the snow and rain showers standing from up in Greenfield, up in northwestern Massachusetts, up in upstate New York, Metro Vermont, and the western and central portion of New Hampshire, around Concord, and eastern Manchester, and New Hampshire. And while we're seeing some snow showers in the northwestern portions of Connecticut, rain showers in the northeastern central portion of Connecticut, rain showers around southwestern Connecticut, around Brantford, Waterbury, around New Haven, Dean, for Stamford, and around New York City, up in the northern New Jersey here, and some sleet around northwestern New Jersey, northeastern Pennsylvania, down for 7 portions of southeastern portion of New York State here. And we're seeing some snow showers around northwestern portions of Maine, stretching it out western Quebec, and on northeastern portions of Ontario here. While we're seeing some rain showers from Maryland and western Virginia, around New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and then stretching all the way down through the Ohio Valley and down through western Kentucky and Tennessee, and down through northwestern Mississippi, down through Louisiana, northwestern Arkansas, and around Missouri here. And we're seeing some lines of light to moderate bands of rain showers down the California coastline, and a line of rain showers from northwestern Oregon, down for western Washington State, down for the southwestern portions of British Columbia, and snow showers in east central portions of British Columbia, now for southeastern portions of Alberta and west central portions of Saskatchewan here. Okay, let's take a look at our satellite loop here. And it shows a line of clouds coming to much eastern portion of the United States, while another batch of clouds coming to much western portion of the United States. And some clouds running in the Dakotas, but it's clear from Nebraska down to Texas here. And a line of clouds coming from Canada, from British Columbia down to Nova Scotia here. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast discussion around the region here. Snow and ice expected to come across the interior northern New England, while some severe weather will be possible for parts of the lower Mississippi and Tennessee valleys here. A wide axis of moderate heavy rains will continue to develop to the northern frontal boundary stretch from the middle Mississippi Valley to the middle of the Atlantic coast. That is, a wave of low pressure along the front is expected to lift front valley to this weekend, spreading precipitation into the northeast United States, although most precipitation will fall as rain. Cold air wedge and day from the surface high set up near Newfoundland will bring some snow and ice across the interior New England areas. However, south showers and potentially some severe thunderstorms are expected to break out ahead of the southern portion of the boundary wall presses. Eastward of the cold front, the lower Mississippi and Tennessee canals that's upstream. Strong high pressure sliding into Canada will keep much of the middle of the country dry this weekend and should push the front on the east end. Associated precipitation offshore by early on Sunday, as widespread precipitation is expected to be Pacific system moving inland or the western United States Friday night and Saturdays. Most onshore Florida will be in the train clouds and heavy rains over the northern California and along the western and Oregon coast. And snow is expected at the higher elevations of west should be see a brief break in the precipitation on Sunday as a system pushes out across the northern plains here. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast discussion and region here. Low pressure approaching New England will result in a brief mix of snow and sleet this evening and quickly change to all rain. Expected to be across western Massachusetts where freezing rain will linger a bit longer. The low tracks just south of New England Saturday and Sunday night result in the periods of rain that low departs late Saturday night, yield and dry, but much colder and blustery weather Sunday. Dry and cold weather lingers into Monday. By Tuesday, a coastal storm may develop and impact southern New England with a rain and wind possible wet snow over western Massachusetts here. A new term until 6 a.m. Saturday morning, 4:30 p.m. update. 7th stream system and check it out on Mississippi Tennessee Valley. Early this evening, it's warm infection precipitation already. In the lower Hudson Valley to New York at 3:30 p.m. as model surroundings should just the column takes until 00 7 p.m. Also saturated across the western Massachusetts, Connecticut, and 03 to 060 for eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island is model QPF. An agreement on this timing as well. Mid-level warming from 908 millibars to rapid, so snow will quickly change to the sleet and then rain across much of the region. The area of concern will be across the Connecticut River Valley, Massachusetts, where shallow and colder will be. Slowly road dislodged, light northerly flow at Bradley Field, Westfield, and Hartford it is. Evidence of this is 12Z NEM models surroundings and center than 2 meter temperatures from the 12Z NEM along with some of the other higher skies that suggest temperatures around freezing much of the night and 99 quarter of western Massachusetts go to Route 2 quarter northern Massachusetts. That's we went to weather advisory for this area. The period of snow and sleet transition over the several hours of freezing rain. Possible lingering in the early morning on Saturday and elsewhere. Chilly rain tonight. Here, as we take a look at what else here that we've written down here. There's a winter weather advisory until 7 a.m. in the morning time for tomorrow for central western Massachusetts, upstate New York, and Vermont, New Hampshire, except for the New Hampshire Seacoast and much of Maine here. And Saturday we'll see an 8% chance of rain shower. Sunday we'll be dry. Monday a 30% chance of rain, and Tuesday a 60% chance of rain shower. There'll be sun mixed by tonight. And what about tomorrow? And our biggest storm Tuesday and what's about? We'll keep your eye on it. And tomorrow's night I'm going to predict 44 to 54 degrees there. And tonight size we can see widespread temperatures in much in the 30s with a few 20s up in New Hampshire and up in the Maine, and seeing some 40s around New York City run near 40 degrees. And several rounds of precipitation over the next several days, up to 1.5 inches forecast towards New York City. And first batch of precipitation will be snow across northern parts of the area with several inches forecast of some higher terrains in the region. Slightly warmer temperatures. Returning Saturday and heaviest precipitation will be mostly raining. Rivers except the main are generally running open while some ice is beginning to form as shown from Osceola Forks in New York. Here. Okay, let's take a look at hazard weather outlook here. Then to the 7-day forecast. There. Okay, hazard weather outlook. Day 1 time. Hazard weather is not expected at a time. And day 2 for 7, Saturday for Thursday, be a low probability that flooding may occur across Connecticut, Rhode Island, and southeast Massachusetts Saturday evening. And there will be increasing confidence that a coastal storm will be impacting southern New England Tuesday and Wednesday. This storm may bring rain and wind, possibly wet snow over to western Massachusetts, and coastal flooding and endurance. May also be needed to stay tuned to the latest forecast as the storm symptom is still 4 days out. Okay, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For tonight, rain likely may after midnight. Cloud skies, low around 36 degrees and light and variable wind, precipitation 6%. New precipitation amounts between a 10th quarter and an inch possible. For Saturday, rain annual 52 degrees and calm wind becoming southwest 1 5 miles per hour. Precipitation is 8% and new precipitation amounts between a quarter and a half and an inch possible. Saturday night, rain before 4 a.m. Low around 33 degrees and light north wind increase to 6 11 miles per hour in the evening. Winds could gust as 30 miles per hour. Precipitation is 9%. New precipitation amounts between a half and 3/4 of an inch possible. For Sunday, both sides can have about 40 low about 22 degrees and north wind about 50 miles per hour with gust size 30 miles per hour. For Monday, part of the sides can have 36 degrees. For Monday, rain and snow likely. Clouds got low about 32 degrees and precipitation 6%. And Tuesday, a chance of rain with a few hints of sleet. High around 50, low about 33 degrees, and the chance of precipitation is low as 50% and high as 8% near and in the middle between 65%. And for Wednesday, a chance of rain, then change to the snow showers. Parts of the skies have about 40, low about 27 degrees, and chance of precipitation as low as 30% and as high as 40%, and between that 35% here. And Thursday, most sunny podcasts got about 40, low about 28 degrees, and for Friday, most sunny got about 43 degrees. Peter's wet for phrase of the day. Wet Saturday in town. That's Peter with Amazon. Good evening with good positive. To see you for the 11 o'clock news here. And coming in next, Peter's Pump Patrol. Have a good evening.